Bakit nga ba lagi na lang binabaha ang Metro Manila? Kasama natin ngayon sa studio ang veteran urban planner na si June Palafox. Sir June, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Diretso ng tanong, bakit ho ba talaga palaging binabaha ang Metro Manila?
If I may share, mid-70s pa, nandun na yung solutions. After the big floods of, I think, 1970-73, so there was a project called Metroplan Manila. In Manila Bay Region Strategic Plan, Metroplan Manila funded by the World Bank. I was a team leader and senior planner, project officer for the UNDP-funded Manila Bay Region Strategic Plan. And I remember the conversation that time, with the do-nothing scenario, we'll have catastrophic flooding, traffic, garbage problem, all the problems we have now. We said that when I was 25 years old, I'm already 75 years old, natulungan ko na 40 countries.
So ano ho yung mga recommendation nung mid-70s na kahit papano sa palagay ninyo ay nagawa na ngayon?
Yeah, maybe ang hindi nagawa muna. Dredging ng Laguna Lake at saka Parañaque Spillway. Kaya after Ondoy, I was in Dubai, tinawagan ako ni Jarjus Bondok. Some people were blaming God for the floods. And I said, it's not an act of God, but sin of omission and of men and women running our country. Because the solutions are there, hindi pa natutupad. Like 4,600 cubic meters per second bumagsak from floodwaters from the denuded mountains. And capacity of Pasig River, only 600 cubic meters per second. Saan pumunta yung 4,000 cubic meters per second? It flooded 90,000 hectares of urban land in Metro Manila and around Laguna Lake and Marikina Valley. You know what's 90,000 hectares of urban land? Malaki pa sa Singapore. Singapore is only 73,000 hectares. Paulit-ulit nasabi na natin yan. Hindi lang flooding, pati earthquake and so on. And all the presidents na sulatan ko na, pati si President Bongbong.
Ito nga, pinakita niyo. Meron din kayong sulat
all the 145 recommendations.
and May 23, 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
May 23, 2022, and Executive Secretary
Lucas
Bersamin, he distributed my letter to government agencies concerned.
Okay, pero yung simplified na sagot siguro, kapag kayo po ay tanungin ngayon, bakit ho ba palaging baha ang Metro Manila, Sir June?
One is urbanization, rapid urbanization. So we have to review even our subdivision code, building code, etc. And also our drainage system and flood control, 75% undersized, silted pa. Kasi yung design criteria, good for 25-year return of typhoons and floods. The 100-year typhoons now are happening every other year. So it's 75% undersized. Tapos yung subdivision code natin, even mountain communities, sellable, 70%. So wala halos open space. And the way we plan sa Palafox, from ridge to reef, from the top of the mountain, the highlands, the midlands, the lowlands, and the coastline. Dapat comprehensive kasi floodwaters doesn't respect political boundaries.
Meron ho bang top cause ng pagbaha? Sabihin po natin, urbanization, poor urban planning, climate change, is it improper waste disposal? Would any one of those be the more prominent reason kaya po tayo nagbabaha? Or confluence of everything?
All of the above. Because even we always keep blaming people or it's really the lack of infrastructure and the plans were put in place mid-70s. 1974, to be exact. Like, they did the Mangahan Floodway, USAID-funded project, to divert floodwaters to protect Metro Manila. But they did not do the spillway. That's why I said that time, Laguna Lake is like a toilet without a flush. Hindi makalabas yung tubig. And paulit-ulit nasasabi ko na yan. In terms of the media, there's awareness na. But as we said in 1976, with the do-nothing scenario, we'll have catastrophic flooding, traffic, all the urban ills happening now. It was, not predicted it, we saw it coming with the do-nothing scenario.
Yeah. What should be done now, in the short term? What are the doables now?
Yeah, we have here in the book, immediate action program, short-term, medium-term, long-term, and visionary. That's why after Ondoy, I proposed a 10-year program that I even said, if there are objections to the spillway, if it is an open canal, we can do a smart tunnel. They did it in Kuala Lumpur, like a tunnel connecting Laguna Lake and Manila Bay. The top could be a roadway, second roadway, the lowest will be the spillway. And during the worst floods, the whole tunnel can be spillway. I proposed that right after Ondoy.
Saan po lalabas yung tunnel na yon, yung spillway na yun?
Manila Bay. And we had detailed conversation with President Gloria that time. And he approved most of our 60 recommendations. The 60 is now 145 recommendations with do nothing or do minimum happening right now.
Are you saying that during the time of GMA, natuloy po yung 60 out of the 140 plus recommendations?
In-approve niya pero hindi natuloy.
Ayun na nga po.
Succeeding administration.
Pwede pong approve pero hindi naman.
natuloy. Like yung dredging ng Laguna Lake, may kontrata na with the Belgian contractors. Kinancel. In fact, Philippine government was sued by the Belgians. They won the case against the Philippines. And former Secretary of Finance, Sonny Dominguez, told me, we paid more than 1 billion pesos. Samantala, hindi pa nadredredge yung Laguna Lake.
Kanino pong kasalanan yun? Because during the time of Secretary Sonny, that was the time of
Duterte
PRR.
already.
Opo,
So,
PRRD.
succeeding administrations after GMA, hindi na nasunod yung in-approve. Hindi na
So
nasunod.
nagkakaproblema din po tayo, Sir June, dahil sa pagpalit ng administrasyon. For example, are there recommendations? Ano ho ba ang short term? Ang short term ho ba kaya ng 4 na taon? Kasi by the time po gawin nila yon, nasa mid-year
Kaya
na
po.
siguro sila doon ng kanilang
First
termino.
100 days, starting today. The best time to have done here, this was mid-70s. Maybe second best time was Ondoy. Maybe this is the third best time. Even the president talked about the spillway in his campaign. The spillway, and he even quoted me
Okay.
that the spillway is needed, whether spillway or smart tunnel, it should be done now.
You know, what I don't understand is that there seems to be billions of pesos budgeted for flood control projects. Taon-taon na lang po, bilyong-bilyong piso yun. Are they not being utilized properly? Is it just really going to the wrong hands? Is there so much corruption? Ganun ho ba yun? How would you would be able to explain that? Because siguro po, you would know the numbers. Do you question where the money goes?
Mayor Magalong of Baguio said on record, corruption and infrastructure is as high as 70%. And I've spoken to some contractors, they're asked to down specs. So let's say you give 40% to the corrupt bureaucrat or politician. Where did you reduce the 40% from the specifications? Special flood control and so on. And all our infrastructure. And if 40 to 70% goes to corruption, we'll have worse problems coming to us.
But can that still be accounted for? Pwede pa hubang silipin yan? Para lang po, once and for all, matigil na yan at kung ano ho talaga yung dapat sa flood control projects ay mapunta doon.
Yes, ma'am. In fact, when I wrote this book, Towards Resilient Cities and Communities, which I got the Best Author Award, it's 90% less expensive to address the hazards before they become disasters, aside from saving human lives, buildings, infrastructure, and agriculture. And I asked, how come walang pork barrel sa prevention? And sinagot sa akin, Palafox, you were not born yesterday. State of calamity, wala nang bidding-bidding. Mas malaking kikitain sa rehabilitation. And you might want to fact-check that one because that was the answer given to me.
Maybe it's time that somebody really looked into the projects that were undertaken, how much was allotted, and siguro really get experts if the specifications were actually completed as planned.
Yes, ma'am. Including the bidding process, the building permits and all of that. I think it should be very transparent. Even the bidding process, maybe it should be televised.
Right.
And we should know who are winning the bids.
And how much that bid was, yeah.
There are many instances that we were 15 million pesos lower and we did not qualify.
Okay. Yeah. What about reclamation? Are there good reclamations, Sir June, and are there bad reclamations? Or are reclamations in general just not good?
You know, 1976, the Metroplan, we commented no further reclamation until a comprehensive study of Manila Bay is done. So 1975-76. Then when I was named hired to help plan Dubai, one of my projects was reclamation. If you do it right, proper planning, proper engineering, and so on, it's good. That's why I begged off from doing reclamation project in Manila Bay, accepted only one because it's not reclamation, it's land recovery. Yung largest airport by San Miguel Corporation. Accepted that because due diligence was done, it's not reclamation, those are titled fish ponds. And
So we're talking about Bulacan?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's land recovery, it's not land reclamation. Then around Laguna Lake used to be maybe 70,000 or 60,000 hectares. Because of siltation, it flooded the surrounding. So you can do just like we did for Dubai Creek. We narrowed down Dubai Creek. We made it navigable. And the land recovery, I called it, not reclamation. We created very beautiful waterfront development. And many countries now doing reclamation because we are, I think 70% of our community cities are coastline. So some countries now with high sea level rise are doing reclamation to replace the lost one. But they do it very well.
Okay.
The impact on
Okay.
flooding and so on, and also as wave breakers. With the big wave, tsunami, they should break it and
All right.
protect the mainland. So if done properly, engineered properly, planned properly, implement properly,
It's okay.
I'm okay with reclamation.
Just a quick question, just a follow-up. What about the Dolomite Beach?
Dolomite, in fact, conceptually it's good, but because there are no open spaces like in Tondo, you see the people going there, poor people, but it may not have been done right. I don't know if they did coastal engineering and the impact of when you reclaim attached to the mainland, you increase the watershed. That's why reclamations like in Dubai are islands. So the reclamation attached to the mainland, it's a big concern. And all this reclamation, we should allow the fisher folks to navigate around and also consider the cruise ships in the future. How will they navigate Puerto Manila?
Maraming salamat po. Veteran Urban Planner June Palafox. Maraming salamat. Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.